What's up? So update on the latest rumor that we talked about Jack related. I'm making this video for two reasons. The first is obviously to keep you in the loop of what's going on with Jack, and the second is because the Jack 4 stuff got way out of hand. Too many people didn't know how to process what a rumor is and got super duper triggered. And that's partially my fault because I said the confirmed in it, which is a running inside meme on my channel. I didn't expect that video to blow up the way it did. I said only my audience would see it, which already knows that the confirmed is a meme, but I didn't expect newcomers to come and be like, oh my god, like literally it was crazy. But anyways, a month prior to that, I only did gaming news. I stepped away from Jack. I didn't think anyone really cared about it, but oh well. So the update are the studio picture with Josh KEaton. That studio is confirmed to be Naughty Dog studio. But what I learned recently is the mocap studio inside Naughty Dog is the most advanced and popular mocap studio in the Sony family. So other PlayStation and Sony companies come in from time to time to use it. So that means Josh KEaton could be there for a different game. It could be The Last of Us, like a lot of you said, or maybe a new IP, or maybe a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, since he voiced the main character in that game. So what we know now is that it is likely not Jack 4. Honestly, in my opinion, the chances of it being Jack 4 is probably about 30%, but you never know with these kind of things. We never know what's going on in the world of gaming. People didn't think Shenmue was ever going to come. Shenmue 3, bam, most anticipated game of 2018. So you never know, it could be Jack 4. After more analysis of Sony's future plans and what we know, I think this new mini studio could be the team that is going to be in charge of porting The Last of Us Part 2 to PlayStation 5 in the event that the same thing that happened on the PlayStation 3 happens again. Because remember how The Last of Us had an initial PlayStation 3 release and then had a PlayStation 4 remaster? Maybe that's what this is for. There are also signs now pointing out that it could be for Uncharted 5. I mean, Naughty Dog did say that they don't want to make another Uncharted, and Neil Druckmann did say that he wants it cancelled. Well, the movie that is, and the movie is a prequel to the first Uncharted, so maybe they worked something out, and the game to the movie would be handled by a smaller subdivision studio, maybe a smaller version of Naughty Dog, since if you recall, Naughty Dog was very unhappy with having to do Uncharted back to back to back with no break, and if you recall, long vacations were taken after that. So it would not be unusual for this to happen. I mean, look at Ubisoft. It has like 9 different studios. When one studio is done with the game, they move that game series to a different studio, so you never know. So this new studio could be in place to make the next Uncharted, or something else, or another possibility of what it could be is a studio is meant to remaster and remake older games. Just in case you don't know the difference between a remaster and a remaster is a visual upgrade. Like when Jack from PS2 to PS3, that's a remaster. Same when God of War and Sly Cooper did the same thing. But when Yakuza went from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 4, that's a remake. That game was completely overhauled from the ground up, instead of just, the visuals. Same with what happened with Crash, it was the exact same way. Sony has expressed interest in making more remasters, so it could be for that. Jack 4 won't be a thing for a while, most likely, but you'd be silly to think Jack would never come back. Because it was one of the top selling PlayStation 2 games, but top selling PlayStation 2 games is bad compared to what games sell today. So that's a justification that people new to gaming tend to make, but people new to gaming don't understand that not only back then were games cheaper, but people didn't play games then like they do today. I don't know the exact number, but around 190 million PlayStation 2s were sold, and probably 100 million of those were just because it had a DVD player. And at the time, a $200 PS2 was cheaper than a $400 entry-level DVD player. And in the early 2000s, the world was going exclusive to DVD from VHS, so that made the PlayStation 2, top of the entertainment. But the games still sold subpar compared to today, where games are over 100,000% more expensive. Like literally, I remember spending my birthday money on Jack 3 in 2004, 10 days after release, and it costing $40, which included the special item available to get with it. Otherwise it would have just been $30, and that was a tier 1 PlayStation 2 game. Tier 1 PlayStation 4 games like Yakuza 6 cost $90, and God of War costed $150 unless you want to be basic and not get the bonuses and just get the game itself. And on top of that, the PlayStation 2 also played CDs, which again, having a PlayStation 2 that read CDs and you could put it right to your TV and hook it to the sound system, that was way cheaper than any CD player at the time. CD players were like $600, $700, $800, man. So that added to the popularity of the PlayStation 2. If Jack, Sly, or Ratchet originally released this generation, it would easily, man, make way over $100 million in sales. And the hype there would be for Jack 4 would be beyond anything. I mean, look at Shenmue 3. It's been dead for almost 20 years, and it's the most anticipated PS4 game of 2018. And there's Kingdom Hearts, which has been dead for 13 years, and it's so hyped right now. Then we have Beyond Good and Evil, which is in the same boat, and even Crash, so it wouldn't be a problem for Jak 4 to sell if it returned, and that's straight facts. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because the doubters are the same guys who back in elementary school clogged the slides and ruined the fun for everybody. Now me, personally, I'm the guy who was taking chances, daring to be different, hashtag free thinker dragon energy. I was the guy who was crawling and running under the swings. Be like me. Don't let nobody tell you how to live your life, or what to look forward to, or ever tell you these older games have no hope, because those are the guys who don't know anything about gaming history or the market in general. And we're the same ones. They were the same exact guys that were saying Crash would never get a comeback, or that God of War would be dead after God of War 3. And look what happened. The truth is, these older games can and will sell like hotcakes if a sequel ever comes out. You gotta remember, people waited almost 20 years for a sequel to Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 were not sequels to Metal Gear. Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 had Big Boss. Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, there was nothing in Big Boss. Big Boss did not come back till 2004 in Metal Gear Solid 3, and then he didn't come back again until Peace Walker, and then not again, ever, okay, because Metal Gear Solid 5 doesn't exist. Kiefer Sutherland, you're a trash actor, man. You are trash. You have no idea what the hell you're doing when it comes to Jak. Like, I mean, Metal Gear Solid, not Jak. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna get into it, man, because you see, Kiefer Sutherland just triggers me way too much, mixing up my words. Moving on, 30 years for Bionic Commando people waited, and same with Kadigarus, so it might be 20 or 30 or even 40 years, but nobody can say Jak won't ever make a comeback, and be 100% sure when they say that. Lightning strikes 30 seconds after thunder. That's straight facts. The thunder of Jak and Sly Cooper have already hit the ground, and the lightning, it's on its way.